This is video number 2 for the Double Knit Child's Fair Isle hat. I just wanted to show you an example of the almost finished product here. This one has one ear flap on, not the next one though. I'll show you how to do that later. I'll show you how to attach the ear flaps. So, but this video is going to be, I've cast it on all of the stitches. I'm making the younger size, so I believe I have 56 here. I'm still playing around with the number of stitches, so that may change. I've got all of them cast on, so now I'm going to put a marker on here for the beginning of the row, and then I'm going to start. Now this first row is tricky because it's real tight. It's tight. So I have both of my string yarn in the back, kind of holding the tails out of the way here so I don't get mixed up. And when I double knit, I hold my yarn like this between my thumb and forefinger with the yarn to be knit, or the main color, on the bottom, the yarn to be purled on the top, so that when I go to knit that first stitch, the yarn is in the right position. Then when I come to the front, the yarn is on the top that I want to purl, so it makes it easier. Now this first row is so tight that nothing is really very easy. So I'm pulling that off there really carefully so as not to mess it up. So that was the first pair. Just pulling my tails tight here so it looks right. And then the next pair, I'm gonna knit with my main color. Pull both yarn to the front, purl with my contrasting color, knit. It's so tight that it's hard to do this first row, but once you get around the first row, it gets easier. Now another reason why I hold the yarn this way is I don't want to tangle it all up, so I try to keep from twisting the yarn. And as well, if you twist while you're going around, if you do a lot of twisting, sometimes the wrong color yarn will show up somewhat on the hat in the front between the stitches because it's tangled in there. Hard to explain, but so you actually want to try not to twist the yarns together, except on the ear flaps. When you're on the end of a row on the ear flaps, then you're doing it on purpose to make it a better edge. And I will show you that later too. So rather than have you watch this whole horrific process of getting through the first row, I'm just going to do a few more stitches, but you can see there's my marker for the beginning of my row. Here are my tails, and I'm knitting my main color, which is the white, with the yarn in back, and I'm purling my dark color with both strands of yarn in the front. So then I go knit, yarn to the back, yarn to the front, purl, yarn to the back, knit, yarn to the front, purl. So that is the basics of double knitting. So now I will show you later how to switch colors when we get into the pattern part for the snowflake part. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to finish this row and then double knit the first inch or inch and a half, whatever the pattern says for your size, and then I'll be back to show you how to change colors to make the snowflake pattern.